All right, for this section we're going to talk about the origin of life. And first, when did it happen and where did it happen? Fossils suggest that life evolved 3.5 million years ago, which is a very long time in case you've never thought about it. Bacteria and archaea, which are single-celled, very simple organisms we're going to talk about in another module, were probably the first living things. And based on fossil evidence, we think that these are the most likely locations of the evolution of the first living things: deep sea vents, hot springs, and tide pools. So evolution of life happened in a series of steps, and each step built on the previous. And from what we've seen, it started out with the evolution of simple organic molecules, and at some point these molecules started to be able to replicate themselves. Over time, membranes formed spontaneously, and at some point later cell division arose. And then, sometime after that, organisms started to be able to do their own metabolism, which is converting food into chemical energy. And there are many, many lines of evidence for common ancestry of all living things. Cell membranes are the same among all living things on the planet. Everything from single-celled bacteria to you have the same basic cell membranes. Metabolism is all the same as far as the first steps of metabolism. All organisms can do glycolysis, which we'll talk about in another module as well. DNA is the same among all living things. We've got the same base pairs for everything. And then, of course, there are fossils, which show us ancestral forms of organisms like this ocean-dwelling critter here. The tree of life has patterns of evolution from simple to complex, and so that's something that we're going to talk about more in future modules.